Thanks for watching this episode of Angry Video Game Nerd. But first, I want to talk about this episode's sponsor, Raycon. Raycon has some of the best compact wireless earphones on the market. They look stylish, coming in all new colors and patterns. They're high-tech, with seamless Bluetooth pairing and 6 hours of playtime. And they sound amazing, which really matters to a music lover like me. Speaking of music, the company was co-created by R&B singer Ray J and worn by people like Melissa Etheridge. Remember her 90s hit, Come Through My Window? With Raycon's bass enhancement and noise isolation, you'll feel that 12-string ballad ringing through your skull like a migraine at Lilith Fair. And at last, they're affordable, starting at half the price of other premium earbuds on the market. And they're even cheaper when you click the link in the description below to get 15% off your order. Thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this video.
He's the angry video game nerd.
Remember when I was talking about Jurassic Park games in the Spielberg games episode 101 if you want to be a nerd? Well, I ordered some new Jurassic Park games, but instead I got this in the mail. Yeah, it's called Trespasser, The Lost World Jurassic Park, or just Trespasser, I don't know. The trailer for the game gives you the impression it might actually be something awesome. The next generation of 3D gaming? Alright, so you know what's coming, so I'm gonna say the magic words. How bad could this be? Let's see, Windows 95 or 98, 64 megs of RAM, Pentium 2 chip. This game's too advanced for my retro computers, and probably too shitty for my modern computers. But let's try it anyway. Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Look at that arm flopping all over the place. Bad frame rate, background glitching. I feel at home already. The game's breaking down. Let me adjust the settings. That's a new one. I'm sorry, I just need to take a look at this for a moment. That is amazing. When you've only just started the game and you're looking at this, you know you're in for a treat. There exist patches and mods that improve the game from being total ass to just mediocre. But I need the authentic experience. I'm the angry video game nerd, not the slightly irritated video game geek. Wait a minute. What's this? Plane ticket? Huh. The tropics. Yeah, you know what? I could use a vacation. Screw this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Just an update from the cockpit. We're expecting a smooth ride. Cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. The current temperature, 75 degrees. A dinosaur on the wing.
Well, that was a shitty flight. It's a dinosaur. Look how old that computer is. It's a dinosaur. I'll try to send out a distress call. No luck. But it has the recommended parts needed to run Trespasser, and there's a copy of the game. Well, I guess reviewing the game is my vacation now. What's with this weird font? Please take a few moments to register Trespasser and receive full customer support and regular information about our products. Be automatically entered to win something cool from EA. It might be a free game, a hat, a shirt, whatever we come up with. Lucky winners picked every month. Judging by this game's reputation, the only thing EA should be giving out is apologies, a legacy that continues to this day.
By 1989, International Genetic Technologies had succeeded in their design to genetically recreate the dinosaurs.
The intro recaps the movies with the familiar voice of Richard Attenborough as John Hammond. The game itself is supposed to be a direct sequel to The Lost World, so it's technically Jurassic Park 3 before Jurassic Park 3, but following the books at times too, so whatever. You play as Anne, who crashes onto Site B of all places. Man, they just can't stop landing on those fucking dinosaur islands. What's cool is she's voiced by actress Minnie Driver, you know, from Good Will Hunting and GoldenEye. Whoa, what kind of hazardous waste did they dump in that water? What am I even looking at? Okay, let me fix my settings. Nice. Even with the most optimized computer to run the original version of the game, it still crashes and runs like shit. After what seems like an eternity, I'm finally playing the game. And the background's still glitching. I know it's common for games to have assets fade in, and it's not the worst, but it's still pretty buggy. Trespasser was coded to have realistic physics. The environments are meant to be immersive with plenty of things you can interact with. With your long ragdoll noodle arm. It hardly works. Just try shooting a basketball. Or try picking up an object, and if you bump into anything, it'll drop whatever you're holding. Look at this. I can't go 5 feet without dropping my gun. And the jumping. Oh, God. Sometimes it's all right, but other times you get stuck. Like on this wall, which is so short. It shouldn't be that hard. I keep falling off. If only I could see my legs. That's like trying to walk on stairs without looking down. You can look down, but the game designers decided it was more important to see the character's boobs.
Hey, what's up, nerd?
Oh, it's that Boundry Break guy. How'd you know to call me here?
I got this mysterious message to call this computer, and it's asking me to help you understand Jurassic Park Trespasser a little bit better.
That's pretty convenient, but I could actually use some help boundary breaking this piece of shit.
If we take the camera around Anne, we can see that all she has are shoulders, chest, and a single long arm. The chest is enlarged to hide the fact that she has no legs from the player's perspective. And also it behaves like a health meter, where her heart tattoo appears to be more and more filled as she takes damage.
Ow!
You can see the different stages of the heart hidden underneath her skin here. Also, her legs seem to be a rotating cube that rolls like a ball cube. This might be the reason why you're having trouble jumping onto the ledges. The collision detection is not that great. So I hope that helps, and I hope it explains a little bit about the coding there for you, nerd.
Thanks, yeah, it does. By the way, while I have you, can you send a rescue party here to get me off this island? There's creepy dudes wearing inflatable dinosaur costumes.
It looks like they're cutting out the signal. Hey, good luck to yourself out there, nerd.
Now I know how to keep track of my health by looking down, but what about ammo? There's no heads-up display or meters showing how many bullets you have left.
7, 6, 5.
That is really annoying. Also unrealistic. Who counts out loud how many bullets they have left while they're being attacked by a wobbly velociraptor?
6, 5.
When Anne realizes where she is, it triggers voiceovers from John Hammond.
My name is John Parker Hammond.
Again, the narration is great, but are they playing in her head? Or does the island have speakers? In BioShock, you find recordings everywhere on tape decks. Here, they just play.
I was born on March 14th, 1928.
Oh no.
Okay, here's some trivia. The Lost World had a cross-promotion with Mercedes. Even the VHS tape opened with a Mercedes-Benz commercial. But it didn't stop there, because the cross-promotion made it into this game too. Yep, just a random truck with the Mercedes logo right in the beginning of the game. After this, we finally get our first look at a dinosaur, the Brachiosaurus, just like in the movie. Who can forget that majestic scene where they first witness the dinosaurs, where everybody looks up in wonder? And the game does a fine job recapturing that feeling of wonder. The wonder of how they fucked it up. Looks like shit. Look at them bumping into each other. Wish that happened in the movie. This game has a puzzle element too, as if it needed that. The first one's a bridge that sways back and forth. You just gotta wait, and then jump! Ah, fuck! So I have to backtrack and drag a box to stop it from swinging, but that doesn't work either. So I had to grab another box, which took way longer than expected. You know what would be better? If the jumping worked. Every time you start a new level, you lose your weapons. Sometimes you can pick up new ones quickly, but they're weaker than the ones you had before. Each level is full of dinosaurs, like raptors and red raptors and yellow raptors. So many raptors! Seriously, I know raptors are like one of the main bad guys in Jurassic Park, but could they not think of any other enemies? Even when other dinosaurs do show up, most of them mind their own business. Look at this Stegosaurus. It won't attack me even if I try to piss it off. They attacked in the Lost World, but here all you do is shoot raptors or drop jeeps on them. And of course, since the game's so broken, whenever raptors show up, the frame rate goes from 20 frames per second to about 5. It's also hard to tell if they're dead. They just sit down with their eyes wide open. They look more tired than anything. I know what you're thinking. Do they have a T-Rex? Yes, they do. Several, and they make almost no attempt to attack you. You can stand under one and it won't care. You might get hit on accident, but not enough to die. I keep thinking whenever one shows up, it'll lead to a big boss fight, but every T-Rex I've come across is either trying to kill another dinosaur or stumbling around drunk. Scratch that. Every dinosaur walks like they just drank an entire case of Rolling Rock. These levels are gigantic, by the way, probably some of the biggest for a 3D game at the time. That would be fine, but outside of a few areas, they're mostly just trees and rocks. Nothing interesting except for maybe this piss pond. Yeah, the dinosaurs gotta piss somewhere, I guess. So why not include that in the game? There are some Easter eggs you can find, but it's not worth the time. Like this beach where the opening audio from Lost World plays. Huh, is it supposed to be the same beach? Looks nothing like it. This game is really repetitive, so I'm going to focus on the stuff that stands out. There's a level called The Town. It's where the engine staff used to live and work. I think it's the same town at the end of Lost World because this building looks similar. But nothing else in this town even resembles the movie. There's a puzzle in the beginning where you have to plug in a key code. There's a word next to the keypad that says Big Lie spelled with numbers. You have to plug the numbers in backwards to get it to work. That's clever, I guess. Then you'll bounce around different buildings, which is annoying, all to collect key cards. But I guess I do like John Hammond's big mansion you can explore, complete with a garden that has rocks laid out like the Big Dipper. Well, that's random. But actually it's a clue to help you find a key card. And it looks like Dr. Henry Wu has VHS copies of Buried, Chompers, and Zombie Love in his house. They're all fake movies. But then the streets are named after famous real-life authors and include a statue of Edgar Rice Burroughs, who wrote Tarzan, so that's kinda interesting. But not as interesting as this raptor being stuck in a fence. Is that supposed to be a big pile of shit? Well, I've seen better-looking piles of shit right over there. That's one big pile of shit. Where's the shit? There's supposed to be a big pile of Triceratops feces here. All right, let me check on the kitchen. Is it ready?
Just a minute, chef.
We don't have a fucking minute. The audience are waiting. Mix the peanut butter with the chocolate syrup. Gosh, I can digest and shit out of real shit faster than you can make that fucking shit.
Here it is, chef.
The fuck is that?
It's shit.
Fucking right, it's shit. Pick it up. That's the shittiest shit I ever saw. And you, do you have your shit together? Can you handle that shit?
How's this, chef?
Fucking hell! That's not shit! Your shit! Your very existence is shit! You're a useless sack of worthless fucking shit! Leave the jacket and get out of my kitchen! Get the fuck out, you fucking fuck! Sorry, folks. It won't happen again. Alright, let's try that again. That is a big pile of shit. The next level pissed me off, and not because it starts with another T-Rex that ignores you. I get to a harbor with a bunch of containers meant for platform jumping. You knock over a trailer and hope to God it doesn't glitch and land in the wrong area. Oh, watch it go. Got a key card. Okay, what now? Maybe there's a door on that ship over by the pier. It's pretty far away, but it has to be something important, right?
The Emily was a tug for bringing in the bigger freighters.
Just another Easter egg. So I backtracked and found this note. Card is in the Atlantic. The Atlantic? That's the name of the container I was already at! I did the puzzles out of order and I got the one card too early. Here's the best part. You eventually leave the harbor and get to a lab where you find Dennis Nedry's office. He's the big guy in Jurassic Park who causes the computer system to fail. Turns out Nedry was really into sword and sorcery stuff. He even has a motherfucking massive metal medieval mace. You'll never believe it, but this is the strongest handheld weapon in the game. Yeah, a mace. I was able to bash a raptor's face in. Look at that! Next time you're talking Jurassic Park games, make sure to bring up Trespasser, the one where you fuck up a raptor with a medieval mace. The biggest mistake Dennis Nedry made was leaving this insanely awesome weapon on Site B. If he had this at the other island, where the original Jurassic Park took place, things might have gone differently for him. Unfortunately, like all weapons, you can't carry it over to the next level, but on the bright side, it starts you with the Lindstrat airgun, the one Eddie Carr had in the second movie. It can kill dinosaurs instantly, but you only have 3 shots, so I feel like this should be saved for some big boss battle. Except every T-Rex in the game won't give me the time of day, so I'm going to use it on a few Albertosauruses instead.
2.
This level reveals that Site B was home to an indigenous race of people mentioned in the novels. You find one of their temples, but surprise, it's booby-trapped. Wait a minute, now it looks like I'm playing Tomb Raider. At the end of the ruins, you meet a giant red Rex who actually goes after you. Finally, a boss fight. Now I wish I didn't waste those bullets. The one gun that could have maybe killed him, and I blew it. So I do my best. I empty an entire clip into this motherfucker, and he just keeps on coming. But it's okay. You don't have to kill him. You can just run around this pyramid and give him the slip. So maybe it wasn't a boss. Just the only hostile T-Rex in the whole game. But now I'm at the real hard part, an old rickety bridge. You have to jump over this gap, and with this game's shitty jumping, it is beyond impossible. No matter where I jump, I fall again and again. I have no idea what to do, so let's try something I learned a long time ago. Yep, you can just walk over it. Here comes the last level, or as I like to call it, Clumsy Mountain. Why? Because the dinosaurs can't help falling off the cliff. Dumb shits. After Anne calls for rescue, another raptor attacks, but also falls down a cliff. Near the end of the level, I looked back and saw more raptors falling. Birds evolved from dinosaurs, my ass. These assholes can't fly for shit. I made it to the end. All I need to do is jump over some boxes and get picked up by a helicopter. Be careful though, because there is a final boss in the game. Could this be the huge, epic T-Rex battle I've been waiting for? No, it's just a big raptor. A big raptor who kills himself. Man, this sucked. It should have been this crazy, immersive survival experience, but it was just a Tyrannosaurus wreck. Dog shit. We have dog shit here. See, nobody cares. Seamus Blackley, I guess he's responsible for this shit show? Huh, I'd like to ask him a few questions.
You didn't say the magic word.
I'd like to ask Seamus Blackley a few questions, please?
I'm Seamus Blackley. Physicist and game designer. Also, father of the Xbox.
Oh, right. The thing that plays Drake of the 99 Dragons.
Yeah, the thing that plays Drake of the 99 Dragons. And Azarek, Rise of Parathia, but also Halo. I was the executive producer of Trespasser before that, so I can answer any questions you have about the game.
So, this game did have a lot going for it in 98. Ragdoll effects, physics that inspired Half-Life 2, a surgeon simulator type arm mechanic, but then there's glitchy backgrounds, floating trees, and drunk dinosaurs. What happened? Was this game actually finished?
No, this game wasn't actually finished. This was a game from a brand new publisher, DreamWorks Interactive. They weren't very experienced, and I think I was 27 or 28 years old. I didn't know what to do. I was young, and I was stupid, and I was arrogant. And so we tried to finish in the time allotted, and then we were forced to ship a broken game. I thought it was the end of my career. It was incredibly painful to watch.
Well, how much involvement did Spielberg have, and what did Richard Attenborough think of the project?
Stephen had a tremendous amount of involvement in the game and was really supportive. Richard Attenborough, who everyone called the Dickie, was one of the sweetest guys I've ever met. He took us under his wing and made us feel like we were doing something legitimate, which was pretty novel back then, because it's only recently that video games have been seen as sort of a legitimate art form or medium. Back then, everybody still kind of treated you like a skater punk, and so when Richard took us seriously, it meant an awful lot to us.
So, why'd you decide on the heart tattoo and screaming ammo level? Why not use a regular heads-up display?
The idea was that you would feel that it was your adventure. And part of that was not having a bunch of technology in your face. And we were struggling with the idea of a totally natural interface, having everything in the game literally be in the game world, in the context of the game world. The tattoo was one of the first ideas we had about a health meter we were thinking of putting on the arm, and it happened to be on a tattoo on the chest when we ran out of time, and so that's what stuck. And that's just how stupid things are.
Why was that Super Raptor picked as the final boss when the game was already loaded with raptors?
We didn't have time to create or budget to create a new boss dinosaur, and we were in a huge rush to finish, and we had a huge amount of pressure from DreamWorks Interactive. Of course, all of these things are ludicrous now when you think about them because, as we say, a late game is only late until it ships, but a bad game is bad forever.
What do you think about the game's legacy and fan base it's gained? Have you played or seen any of the mods?
Trespasser was made by a team of people who worked very hard. It didn't work out, and it's very traumatic for them. So for all of them, I think most importantly, seeing the love in the Trespasser community is so important and just very beautiful. I have at times been moved to tears, honestly, looking at some of the posts and the work that people have done.
Well, cool. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate doing this, but I just have one last question. Could you send somebody to get me off this bullshit island?
Now, why would I do a thing like that? I'm the one who stranded you here, on my private island.
Excuse me?
I took drastic action to bring you here, and it wasn't easy. You ever launch a guy in a Pteranodon suit at a charter plane with a catapult? It's tougher than it looks.
Well, no, that's fucked up. Just let me off your shitty island. I'm sick of playing your shitty game.
That's exactly why I trapped you here. I'm sick of jerk reviewers like you talking shit about the game we worked so damn hard on. So I've been baiting and then stranding punk reviewers like you right here on my island. Then I break them mentally so that they love Trespasser. I even got an inflatable costume all picked out just for you. Any other questions, nerd?
Yeah, how about a proper T-Rex boss fight?
You want to fight a T-Rex? Fine, here's a T-Rex.
That's the best you can do?
I mean, the inflatable suits fit the budget. Oh, but check out what the T-Rex is holding.
Nedry's mace? Well, that sucks for me, but it's not too bad.
No, idiot. Check his other hand.
The Duke? Holy shit! Seamus, you gotta call him off!
You didn't say the magic word.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez. A brand new 2020 Mercedes-Benz GLE SUV. That's the perfect vehicle for escaping a T-Rex. Step on it! Must go faster. Must go faster. Yes, we lost him. Hey, thanks for picking me up, stranger. I didn't catch your name.
I'm Seamus. Seamus Blackley.
Ah!